right to work at
Countdown.
Hey now, if you'd like to donate today to the Dr. Walter Sims Show, please
Y'all come on
donate
in.
at Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Yes, that's Cash App, $WALTERHSIMS. That's Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Hey now.
Well, good morning. There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me bring me up a little bit. Good morning, everybody. I've been tweaking some things this morning. Good morning, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, replay viewers, and mama. How y'all doing? What's up, Jeremiah? What's up, Ashley? Hope everybody's doing all right. Come on in, Miss Vanessa. Come on in, Shalonda. Come on in, Maddie. And happy birthday goes out to Miss Maddie Calloway, the head of my usher board at Sweet Bethel in Dothan, Alabama. I have a very special guest today, so his time is so precious. We're not going to spend a lot of time in my introductory thoughts. We'll do that after the show. Hey, Miss Vanessa. And I had a couple of technical things going on. That was my fault this morning. Messing around, tweaking the system. Hope everybody's doing all right. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The sun is shining. There were tornadoes in Alabama, Florida, southeast part of Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, and the way it looks outside today, you couldn't even tell. It's just good for us to be here. Hey, Miss Shalonda, everybody here, y'all come on in, get those notebooks ready. We're going to talk about all things social media. So without any further ado, my friend that lives in Maine, I think he may be the only friend I have in Maine. Him and his wife and his chickens and his puppies. I think that's about the only family in Maine that I know. So without any further ado, my dear friend and brother from another mother, Mr. David Pride, the social media whisperer. How you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Listen, if I was any better, I'd be a Pride, man.
That's right.
Hey, man, so how's 2021 treating you, big guy?
Man, full of changes, but hey, we got a new president, so things are looking up already.
Well, that is good. What's the weather like up there where you are?
It is snowing right now as I look out my office window, and we got about 3 or 4 inches last night, and we're getting a couple more inches today, it looks like.
Okay, well, how did you get to Maine? Have you always been in Maine, or did you relocate? How did you end up in Maine?
Yeah, so my parents have lived here forever.
Okay.
And my dad's grandparents immigrated here from Nova Scotia back 8 million years ago.
Okay.
So my wife and I have lived here pretty much our entire lives, except for we did a stint in South Carolina for about a year.
Right.
And we didn't really fit in down there as Yankees, and so we made our way back up into Maine, where the snow is. And so, but our family in general has been here for a very long time. In fact, rumor has it, I used to be told stories as a kid that my Pepe, which most people would call their great grandfather, but my Pepe, when they immigrated here with his dad, they were loggers, and he used to grow his toenails so long that he didn't need to use the little stakes on the bottom of his boots to stick him into the trees when he was climbing them. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to work for that same goal.
That's awesome, man. That's all. So I guess you get a pedicure at least once a month, right?
That's right, I should.
Well, listen, man, before we get into the interview and how you and I met, which is a great tie-in to social media, love the hair, man. If I could do my hair like that, I would, man. What's up? And that's your signature, but how did you get your hair to do what it does?
Yeah, so it all started with my wife Erin was watching The Bachelor one night, like 8 years ago or something.
Okay.
And there was some guy on there with a haircut just like this. And my wife was like, "Oh, I like his haircut. You should do that." And so I was like, "Well, hey, if my wife thinks that's an attractive look and she's going to find me more attractive, then I'm all for it." And so,
okay.
So came the hairdo.
That is awesome, man. Well, listen, tell everybody, Brother David, tell everybody how we came to know each other and by an app that's probably going to go away by the end of March on an app called Periscope. How did you find me?
Yeah, so I found you. Boy, I was just, it was one morning I was on Periscope just watching videos.
Okay.
And at the time, my mother was dying of early onset Alzheimer's disease. And I was really kind of down and out. And I came across one of your morning motivational, videos. And it just lifted my spirits. And back in the day, you used to have like this morning dance party sometimes where you'd just be jamming out to the music. And here I am, I'd be in the shower, this chubby white guy, like dancing to this gospel music with Brother Sims. My wife would be wondering what the heck is going on. And I'm praising Jesus. That's what's going on.
That is awesome sauce, man. That is so awesome. And so that's a great segue. And let's just come up 100 feet and look at the social media landscape.
Mm.
And you are an advocate of social media. So how did you get involved in social media?
Yeah, so it's a long story, but the short version is when we were living in South Carolina for that short stint down there.
Okay.
I was working for my brother selling uniforms, selling Carhartt clothing to tobacco farmers.
Okay.
So you can imagine being a tobacco farmer, in 110-degree heat, and along comes some Yankee trying to sell you triple stitch clothing, part canvas in them. Like, here's why you should be even hotter. And so I was terrible at the job. And soon my brother's boss figured out that I was terrible at the job.
Okay.
And I got fired 9 months after they moved me down there from Maine.
Oh, wow.
And it was about 2008. And I found myself in a position where the economy was terrible.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I had no clue what I was going to do. And I remember talking with my dad and being like, I'm never going to find a job down here because no one trusts me. I'm going to have to create a job. And so at the same time, Facebook had just come out with Facebook business pages.
Right.
And we were hearing more and more around town of people talking about like how they got business because someone saw them on Facebook or saw their Facebook page.
Right. Okay.
And so to me, it sounded like, boy, this sounds like there's an opportunity here. And I'm an entrepreneur. And so I took a little while to kind of lick my wounds of having lost this job for about a day. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm going to be a social media expert.
How about that? Okay.
I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew my wife and I wanted to move back to Maine because we wanted to help take care of my mom and her whole family's here. And so I just started dialing for dollars. And I picked up the phone and I started calling big businesses in Maine and saying, hey, I'm David Pride. I'm a social media expert. Have you ever thought about using social media to grow your business? I had no clue what I was selling them at all.
That's awesome.
Finally,
That's
I got on the
awesome.
phone with this really innovative gentleman in a place called Yarmouth, Maine. He was the CEO of the world's second largest poker chip company.
Oh, wow.
And back in the day, the World Poker Tour was really, really popular.
Right.
And there were people online talking about his chips because they collected poker chips. And so I called this company and I was able to get to the CEO on the phone.
Okay.
I said, hey, I'm David Pride. And I've noticed on Twitter, there's people talking about your poker chips, and you're not even answering them. Don't you think you'd sell more chips if you talked with your customers?
Wow.
And this guy named John Kendall, he's like, you know what? I think you're right. And I said, I think so too. And so he said, hey, David, where are you? And I said, well, I didn't dare tell him I was in South Carolina. And so I said, oh, I'm in Maine. And he said, great, when can you meet? And I said, as soon as you want to. And he said, how about Friday? And this was on a Tuesday. And I said, sounds great to me. And so I hang up the phone. My wife comes home. I'm packing up my luggage. And she goes, what are you doing? And I go, I'm a social media expert. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, I just started a social media agency.
Wow.
She goes, you know nothing about social media. And I go, Aaron, no one knows anything about social media.
That is awesome.
And I packed up my car, jumped in the car the next morning. I downloaded 26 hours of a podcast that's still around called Internet Business Mastery.
How about
I listened to that podcast all the way back to Maine, 26-hour drive back to Maine, got to my parents' house Thursday night, sat at their gateway computer, plunking away a PowerPoint presentation.
And I take it Erin came with you.
No, she had stayed there. She didn't have a job in Maine yet.
Oh,
so
wow.
She stayed in Maine. And I said, I'll figure it out and we'll move you up here as soon as we can. We were broke. Like, we were so broke, we couldn't afford to go bankrupt. Like, we were broke. And so I get back up to Maine.
That
I flunked out this PowerPoint presentation and pitched the client on Friday morning. He agreed with me, and I just kind of faked it till I made it and figured it out. And here we are, 13 years later.
That is awesome. Now, let's chase a rabbit. That's something I do on my show. Let's chase a rabbit because you did something as an entrepreneur that we are good at doing. And that's believing before you even see anything, because you had some faith, and your sweet spot was need. You had to.
Right.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Because so how did you just get over that fear? I guess you didn't have any other choice. You went to Maine, and what did Erin say? Did Erin believe in you, or did she look at you side-eyed? What was how did you get her buy-in?
Well, God blessed me with a wife who believes in me more than I believe in me. And
oh man, you looking at my notes this morning. That's good.
Always encourages me, no matter how whacked out my idea is. And all she wants is to see me pursue my dreams and, provide for us. And she has that unnatural trust and ability to just kind of say, awesome. I don't know what David's doing now, but we haven't gone broke yet. And so she kind of just cheered me on and said, go figure it out, That
is awesome. So in our pre-production meeting, you said that you met Steve Wozniak. How did that happen?
Yeah, so it was a couple years prior to this happening, before I even started my own company.
Okay.
I was thinking about social media and what I might want to do within social media. And I was at home, and I had just downloaded this book. Then it was called The Instigators, and it's still around. It's on Amazon. I think it's just an ebook. Okay. And it's an ebook that talks about the Arab, how Egyptian youth overthrew the government, 15 years ago, basically, got rid of Mubarak, and how they organized all on Twitter and through private Facebook groups.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting at home reading this book, feeling just so inspired by, this is incredible. These young men and women just changed this country through the power of social media. And so I decide if they did this somewhat through private Facebook groups, I wonder if I can find one of these groups and join it.
Okay.
And so I search through Facebook private groups. I find one of the groups that they use to organize, and I click the little join button, and I'm like, I'll probably never get allowed in, let alone I'll be able to read anything. It's not in English.
Okay.
Well, about a half hour later, I get a private message from a man that I had just read about named Waleed Rashid. And Waleed writes to me and says, David, I received your request to join my movement. Why do you want to join it? And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually the CIA. There's no way this is real. I'm picturing National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, agents breaking in my windows and arresting me. What are you doing?
We found him. We got him, y'all. We got him.
Exactly. So I say to Waleed, I just read this book about your movement. Really incredible. I'm so inspired. And I just thought it'd be cool to know about you guys and see what else you have planned. And so Waleed accepted my invite to join his group. And so, long story short, Waleed and I strike up a friendship, and we begin talking back and forth fairly regularly, probably a couple times a month, about what they were doing in Egypt, how he was preparing, how him and a small group of guys were, bringing change to this country in a radical way and in a really innovative way, using the power of social media. It wasn't too much longer where the rally in Tahrir Square happened with hundreds of thousands of young people in Egypt that eventually led to changing the government. And shortly after that, Waleed posted up on Facebook a photo of him sitting at a dinner table with Steve Wozniak.
Okay.
At the same time, Apple computers had just been announced the wealthiest country in the world. And so I saw this photo, and I messaged Waleed on Facebook, and I said, hey, I see you're sitting with Steve Wozniak.
Okay.
I said, his company was the company he helped found was just named the richest company in the world. And Waleed writes back to me minutes later and says, Steve says he's not that rich. And I go,
wow.
Hold on, are you with Steve Wozniak right now? And Waleed says, call me on Skype. And so I run downstairs, I grab my iPad. I'm in a wife beater and pajamas.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting on my couch, and I call Waleed, and I go, hey, Waleed. And he goes, hey, David, meet my friend Steve. And he hands his iPad to Steve Wozniak. And I may be able to show you the photo. Tell me if this shows up for you.
Okay.
Let's see here. Does this photo show up for you?
Yep, we see it.
So that is me in the corner, FaceTiming with Steve Wozniak.
Wow.
As we're talking, and he introduced himself. They were at a conference called the Young World Changers Conference.
I love social media.
Woz spoke with me for a little while, told me he'd been to Maine before, told me a little bit about why he loved Maine and how him and his wife love animals. And we talked for 2 or 3 minutes, and then chatted on Facebook Messenger later. And all through the amazing connective power of social media.
It's mind blowing. The people, the majority of the people follow me now. The relations that I have through social media. A lot of people are still old school and don't like social media, but it is such a powerful tool. And we've had recent events, and we're still in the aftermath of some recent events that were fueled by social media. Right. The next question in the last few moments of our interview, now you have this 13-year database. Mm-hmm. What have you found to be some of the things that you have to make sure you do to gain traction in social media? What would be your 3 ingredients for our audience today? What are the 3 things that you would say has to be your main ingredients to have a good social media presence?
I would say that the 3: authenticity, consistency, and advertising.
I love it.
You have to be authentic, because if you're on there faking it, people can sniff a fart from a mile away.
Hello,
they're going to know if you're being fake with them. They're going to know if this is fake news or whatever. Consistency, because if you're not consistently posting on whatever social network it is that you identify where your audience is, if you're not consistently on there, then people don't know what to expect.
Amen.
And so it's hard for people to have a reason to follow you if you're not consistent.
That's good.
Advertising, because every social network starts off as free. And then once it gets enough people, they start restricting your organic reach. And then say, oh, you want to reach all your followers? Pay to boost this. Pay to advertise.
How about that? Say that again. Start again. I'm going to ask a question again, and let's do it like a 60-second commercial. This is going to be our snapshot of our interview. Let me ask it again. Okay, we're here today with David Pride, the social media whisperer. Well, that's my name for him. Somebody needs to hear this today. David, in your 13-year stint with social media, what are the 3 main ingredients that you have to be good with social media?
Advertising, authenticity, and consistency. Advertising, because every social network starts off the same. They start off free, and then they restrict your reach until you get to a point where they say, hey, you want to reach all your followers? Pay to do so. Authenticity, because everybody knows when someone's lying, especially on social media.
Okay. Talk
about what you know, live your real life, live your offline life the same way you claim to live your online life.
That's a good point.
And consistency, because people need to know what to expect. So once you've identified the social network where your audience is, you need to be there consistently enough for people to know what to expect and to earn their trust.
That being said, thank you, David. That being said, is there too much or not enough? How do you find that sweet spot?
So it's all about your audience. It's all about who you're trying to serve and what they have come to expect from you. So some people can post 4 or 5 times a day and their audience loves it and eats it up. Okay. Other people, they might own a road clearing business or a plow business. If they post 4 or 5 times a day, it doesn't make any sense. And so it's all about finding that pattern for yourself.
That's good.
That your audience not only expects but also accepts.
That's good. So what? Okay, let's chase this real quickly. So what are the pitfalls, if you will? What is the negative of social media? Because it has a lot of pros, but what in your history, what have you found to be some of the pitfalls of social media?
I think one of the biggest pitfalls is how easy it is for keyboard warriors to feel empowered.
Oh, that's good.
And to attack people based on a single line of text.
That's very good.
Without ever considering where that person may be in their journey in life, not on social media. So it's really easy for me to attack someone. I don't support our former president. So it's very easy for me to attack a Trump supporter and make all these generalized statements without ever stopping to consider where they're at in their journey in life. It may not justify things that I disagree with about that person. But it also doesn't justify me attacking that person and contributing to their depression, their anxiety, the many things that can be going on in someone's life that we don't see. I think that's the single largest negative about social media. And then the addiction side of it. I think people get addicted to approval of other people.
That's good.
And then we get addicted to that anticipation of, if I don't log in and check, what did I miss?
That is so good.
When in actuality, everything you missed is the stuff that is happening when you're logged out. When you're not online, that's what you're missing out on, is real life, not if someone liked your photo of your dog in her pajamas.
Hey, good morning again, everybody. I'm here with my good friend, David Price. Good morning, everybody. Those of you that have just chimed in, Brother Tim, Sister Maddie, happy birthday, by the way. We're going to sing to you in a moment. But in the last few moments, we got a couple of 3 minutes left. That being said, and that was a great thing you just said about being able to become a keyboard warrior and attacking people and just get into these Twitter wars, if you will. That was a thing at one point in time. So speak to censorship, because a lot of people are going back and forth with censorship. And the big thing that a lot of people are saying is that Twitter, Facebook, etc. are private companies, private entities. So if they lower the hammer or strip you of your account, the First Amendment doesn't come into play. Freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech, if you will. So speak to censorship. Are you for or against?
So I guess it depends what type of censorship. Am I for, some ignorant guy sitting in his basement who's proud to make racist, divisive comments freely and openly as often as he wants to? No. He should have his or her account shut down, in my opinion.
Right. Amen.
Facebook is privately owned. And so if someone wants to go on there and incite violence or inspire people to kill other people or do crazy, insane, divisive, racist things, then you know what? In my opinion, just like you sacrificed your rights by doing something illegal and you went to jail for that type of thing, Mr. Proud Boy, the same thing should happen on Facebook. Just because you sit at home with your pudgy little fingers and type out hate speech,
that's right,
and think, oh well, I'm on the internet, I have rights. That no, you do not have a right to bring back ignorant, racist ways of thinking, no matter if Facebook's free or not. And so if you want to do that, write it on a piece of paper and burn it up, and then I hope you repent and try to get a brain that works.
Hello, somebody. So what's next for you, David Price, Social Media Whisperer? What's your 2020 looking like?
So coming up, I'll be speaking for the government of Bermuda in 2 weeks, virtually, unfortunately, from my living room, my cold living room, while they're in warm Bermuda. We'll be doing a youth conference for about 900 youth down there, talking about digital safety and,
that's awesome.
And social media use and mental health. Good. And so that'll be exciting. And then, I don't know. I'm curious to see what else happens in 2021. Just kind of holding on like everybody else. And,
Amen. Amen.
Trusting in God for good things.
That is awesome. Thank you for spending a few moments with us. And give out your contact information. How can people find David A. Pride?
Yeah, so you can find me on all social networks, David A. Pride, or at davidpridespeaks.com, or my corporate website is socialimpressions.net.
That is so awesome. Man, thank you. Give me a virtual high five, big man. Bam. Well, how am I doing on social media? Am I doing all right?
I think you're killing it. I think you do a great job. You inspire me. So.
Well, listen, thank you, man, and give your wife a hug for us, man, and those chicken and those dogs, man. Y'all behave up there in cold Maine, all right?
Oh, definitely.
All right, y'all. That was my good friend, Brother David A. Pride, man. That was a great interview, and oh my goodness, I appreciate him so much, man. Was that not a good interview, guys? Was that not a good interview? That was a great interview. All right. Well, listen, y'all. Today is Sister Maddie Calloway's birthday. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Maddie Calloway. Happy birthday to you. We really appreciate you guys. And wasn't that a good interview? Y'all, I am loving that format of my interview. We're working on next week. I'm gonna have another young lady that met me on Periscope. She lives up in New York, and has her own marketing company, and we're going to talk to her Tuesday. I'm working on getting some people lined up for Black History Month, and so we're working on that. I just reached out to Dr. Duran Gray, the young lady that read her poem at the inauguration. Miss Amanda Gorman, we're in contacts with her team. I'm so excited about that. So if y'all have anybody y'all want me to interview, just let me know. We're going to get Miss Vanessa on here. My heart. We're going to get her on here soon. She's probably smiling and laughing right now. I don't know, Dr. Sim. But anyway, let's jump into my 2 cents real quick. Oh my goodness, y'all. I got a lot to talk about. Things that make you shake your head. I may need to rename this. Things that make you shake your head. SMH. Exclamation point. This happened last August, but the young lady, Miss Gillum, right there, Brittany Gilliam, just filed a lawsuit on Aurora, Colorado. Her sister, niece and nephew, or nieces, she was taking them to get their nails done. And the police just pulled them over, threw them out of the car, handcuffed them, interrogated them for several moments because her car matched the identity of a stolen car. And she had filed a car about a stolen car that had been cleared up, and it's just a big mess. And she's basically filing this lawsuit for compensation for the trauma that her and her family has gone through. The police department needs some reform. They need some more training. The chief of police is like, they follow protocol, but I do admit they could have used a little common sense, and this is layman's term. They could have used a lot of common sense. A mother taking her baby sister and nieces to get nails done probably didn't steal a car. Come on, guys. But how do you fix globally, nationwide, blacks still being harassed by the police? How do you even fix that? Things that make you shake your head. That's gonna be a new thing. I may change this segment, add another segment. Things that make you shake your head. Oh my goodness. This is one. The second thing, I just saw this on TikTok, social media. How about in New York, and this was in December, how about basically a landlord sets his apartment building on fire? The accelerant found in his car, and he hasn't been arrested. Things that make you shake your head. And me and Miss Vanessa were talking yesterday. Some of these things, instead of you want to laugh, but if it wasn't serious, it'll make you laugh. This is real serious. Y'all, I cannot even guess as to what this brother was thinking. We can probably assume what he was thinking. I'm trying to get y'all out. You're not paying rent. Okay, I'll just burn you out and then collect the insurance. We are living in some trying times, and I believe some people may have died from this, but y'all can look up the article and see. Don't know where this will end up, but again, things that just make you shake your head. All right, let's go to the What's Up Doc segment. Let me coach you a little bit. There's only one step between fear and courage. You heard David talk about it in the interview. He had to do something 13 years ago, and I'm sure it terrified him because he did not know, but yet he stepped out on faith, and he believed, his wife believed in him. And y'all wait till you see what men find attractive. And it's going to blow your mind because he said it. He had a wife that did this. But there's only one step between fear and courage. So I want to know, what do you need to do that people are saying that you can't do and it's terrifying you? Get busy doing that thing. Okay? Get busy doing that thing. And if you need some help, that's why I'm here. You need a life coach. Do you need a life coach? Contact me, Dr. Sam at drwaltersam.com. Business owners, remember, personal development is a business expense. And I do one-on-one coaching. But two things that coaches are challenged with is affordability and accessibility. So I've taken care of that with the Motivation Zone. It's $147 a month. You get 5 things: a free ebook, Walking Purpose, Go Rich, a Living Motivated, Get Your Notebook Journal, a weekly motivation email that will include a video or audio from me, and we go over the Secret Sauce series. You're going to get a monthly seat in my monthly mastermind. We talked Tuesday. It was good too. And then you're going to get a monthly Zoom call from me. I got one set up for in a couple of weeks with one of my clients. But you need a life coach. Amen, webcam. You need a life coach. All right, let's jump into what's love.
You love me? Huh? You love me? Yes. You love me? Yes. You love me?
Did David look into my notes? Did David look at my notes? Women, the most attractive thing to a man is a woman who believes in him. Y'all better help me. Y'all better help me. Ladies, the most attractive thing to a woman, somebody needs to hear this today. Women, the most attractive thing to a man is a woman who believes in him. You just heard my guest. They were broke. They were so broke they couldn't even file bankruptcy. He had to go back to Maine because he was securing a big contract. His wife in South Carolina said, baby, go. You got this. We got this. I believe in you. Go do your thing. Mama believe in you. Ladies, if you believe in your man, he'll run through a brick wall for you. If you believe in your man, there's nothing he doesn't believe he can do if he has a woman that believes in him. Y'all better help me. I'm giving y'all the secret sauce. Do y'all feel me? Ladies, I cannot overstate this enough. And I'm not talking about foolishness. But if your man believes he's got a vision and a mission and a word from God, he needs his woman to believe in him. Y'all better help me. All odds can be stacked against him. In the paperwork, it could be all negative. But if that woman says, baby, we got this. Baby, you got this. I got you. I got your back. Ooh. Y'all better help me this morning. A man that has a woman that believes in him. Why do most men have a team of women around him? And they pushing him. Y'all don't hear me? Y'all are cheerleaders. We need y'all to push it. Y'all are helpmate. Help suitable for us. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all better help me. I need a cheerleader. Y'all. Come on, coach. Ladies, I'm giving y'all the secret sauce. Men, I'm giving y'all the secret sauce. I'm working on my next project, Law of Attraction. Okay. All right. I know we're in overtime right now. All right. The question is today, I get in trouble trying to help people. Why? Just have this conversation. I get in trouble. This is me all day and twice on Sunday. I used to get in trouble. I tried to be kind to somebody, offer them something. They ghosted me, as my young folks say. And what did I do? Y'all ask questions. What did you do, Dr. Sam? Trying to help, trying to be kind, showing some kindness. The person ghosted me. I know what ghosted. I know what that feels like. I get in trouble. This question resonated with me. If y'all want to know what hurts my heart, y'all ask that question. Dr. Sam, what hurts your heart? Trying to help people that don't want to be helped. Breaks my heart every time. If y'all want to know, if you want to get to know me a little bit better, what hurts me, what is like my kryptonite, this right here. This right here. I had to tell my son one time, Jonathan. I had to tell Jonathan one time, it's hard saving a man from drowning if he's hell-bent on drowning. You can fix a 5-course meal, but if that person doesn't want to eat, you've wasted time and food. And it blows your mind because you know you got what they need, but they don't want it. The Lord told a story, Jesus told a story about the Lord of the house that had prepared a meal for all of his friends, sent out invitation. They gave every excuse in the world why they didn't want to come or couldn't appear. So he said, I tell you what, I'm going to go where some folk want to come and eat. I'm going to go reach out to them, fill the house up. Y'all give me a 1 if you feel me. Dr. Sam, I get in trouble trying to help people. I didn't do nothing wrong. You know you didn't do anything wrong, but the timing is everything. So let me give you some help. I adjusted my camera this morning. let me bless you. Let me bless you. I played with my camera adjustment this morning. Let me help you. Only help when asked. I get in trouble with this. Oh, but I know better now. Especially if you don't invest in yourself for me, we good. Only help when you're asked. Simply make yourself available. Put that open for business sign. You know how you go past shops? How do you know they're available? There's the light open is on. How do you know the Krispy Kreme donuts are hot? The light is on. Oh, I love my show, y'all. I love this. Only help when asked. Make yourself available. Be a good listener. All right, let's look at the question again. Somebody needs to hear this today. Dr. Sam, I get in trouble trying to help people. Well, I got a prescription for you. Number 1, only help when asked. Number 2, make yourself available. Number 3, be a good listener. Turn the ears on. Turn the heart on. Sharpen your peace of mind. So when people come to you asking for help, you ready to help them. And number 5, if you need help with this, Dr. Sam, I get in trouble by other people. If you need help, schedule a session with me. And remember, business owners, remember, personal development is a business expense. Screenshot this. Share this with your friend. You got some folks that in your followership getting in trouble with this. Only help when asked. Make yourself available. Be a good listener. Sharpen your piece of iron. Schedule a session with Dr. Sams. Okay? Amen, webcam. Let's sit here for a second. Yeah, because I got in mad trouble with this. Whoo. You talking about some trouble. Yeah. You can get in trouble quick. Yeah. Get in trouble quick. Have we had a good show, y'all? Have we had a good show today? I enjoy y'all so much. It's a little long. When I have a guest, it's a little long. But if there's anybody you want me to interview, just let me know. I'm going to have a segment, maybe next month. I'm going to interview some kids. I'm going to bring my little nephew on and just ask them how they've been doing during this pandemic, during this quarantine, because they're adjusting and coping as well. All right. Well, y'all be encouraged, and remember, I love you, and you can't do a thing about it. And remember, if you stay high on life, life is gonna stay high on you.
Hey now, if you'd like to donate today to the Dr. Walter Sims Show, please donate at Cash App, $Walter H. Sims. Yes, that's Cash App, $WALTERHSIMS. That's Cash App, $Walter H. Sims.